In this video, we're going to talk about condition statuses, specifically the status that a document acquires when it's first added to a new application. So if, for example, you add a job letter to a new application, into what status does that new requirement begin life when you first create it? So the answer to that question is defined by here in the condition types area. We're in the settings and in the condition types tab. And for this job letter, or really for any other one, we're going to click on that blue button and be able to see the 4 elements that make up any condition type. We've got a name, a condition status, the description, and possibly even a default file, an example of what, for example, a job letter might look like. We could upload such a template of a job letter, and we totally do that and the client can see it. In this instance, however, what we're really going to talk about are the condition statuses. So in this case, for a job letter, we're going to be looking at a simple upload as a kind of a workflow. It's not something I have to sign and return. It's not something that the broker is delivering to the borrower like an amortization table. Neither has it yet got to the stage where the internal underwriter is working on it and so on. No, in this case, it's a job letter, an employment letter, like a W-2, like a T4, like a driver's license, something like that, that the borrower simply uploads to the broker who's asking for it. So in that case, here's the workflow that applies to that kind of a document, like an employment letter, and it's going to begin life in this first status required from applicant. That is a red status. That means that a broker should have his or her attention drawn to that status. It's automatically organized in BrokrBindr to add it to your to-do list, and it is red because there's something that you have to do with it. In this case, when it's first created, it's red because you haven't yet told the client that they need to give you this job letter, this T4, this W-2, whatever it is. It's red, there's something you have to do, and as I say, in this case, it is simply to let the client know that they have to give it to you. So after you send an email or an SMS that includes that item, automatically BrokrBindr will move the status forward to yellow. Yellow in this case generally meaning it's off of your plate, onto the borrower's plate, up to them to recognize the need, get the employment letter, and upload it. And when they do, upload it through the borrower portal or any other way, the status will again be updated automatically, this time back to a red color, but a different one. Now it's pending review. The documents come in, your to-do list is going to be updated automatically. It's red, but now it's because you have to go and find that employment letter, take a look at it, make sure it's not stale, make sure it has all the components it's got to have, and hopefully approve it. If not, you send it back to a previous state, but if it is approved, then it's green, and there you go. So in this case, for this kind of a document, its initial status when it's created, when you first add it to a list, it's going to be that red there. That'll be different for the case of a mandate letter, a mortgage contract, something like that. That'll belong to this workflow, but all the same ideas apply. Initially, it's red because you have to send it to somebody. They receive it, they submit it, it goes red, and eventually you turn it green. Different workflow again for something like an amortization table where it's you delivering it to them at the appropriate moment. If you're fortunate enough to have an internal underwriter in your organization, you can have documents get into that status too. There's even labels that will apply to internal documents that aren't shared with the borrower but are just used internally, and that's what they're for. But in the case of this job letter, this particular condition type is absolutely going to start off in that condition. If you have any questions related to status initialization or anything else related to condition types in BrokrBindr, by all means reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to help you any way we can. Have a good day.